In 1997, Gabriel was facing trial for raping 19-year-old Rachel Tillerman. But before she could testify against him for this rape, he decided that he was going to kidnap her, tie her up, chain her to a cement block, and then throw her in a lake while she was still breathing. And he also murdered her 11-month-old baby, Shannon, because, quote, there was nowhere else to put it while he was murdering the mother. And he confessed to these killings. He's also the prime suspect in the disappearances and murders of several other people, including at least one person who was set to testify against him. Biden decided to commute the sentences of all of these men that I just mentioned to you. They were only a handful of the 37 out of 40 that he decided should not face execution. And why did he leave 3 out? Why did he choose 37 out of 40? Well, you probably haven't heard of any of the men that I just mentioned to you. You probably have long forgotten their cases, their names, if ever you heard of them at all. But you have probably heard of the Boston Marathon bomber. That's one man that Joe Biden left on death row. You probably also remember the racist mass murders of the Mother Emanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. The man who did that tragic mass murder, racist mass murder, Biden also left him on death row. You probably also remember the 2018 Tree of Life Synagogue mass murders in Pittsburgh, which remains to this day the largest anti-Semitic attack in U.S. history. Well, that's the third man that Joe Biden left on death row. Now, in 2021, the Biden administration enacted a moratorium on federal executions. But again, why absolve 37 out of the 40? If you're so against the death penalty, if you think we need to do away with it, if you think people have done their time, why only 37? Well, of course, Joe Biden or whoever was pulling his strings knew that he couldn't take off death row the man who's responsible for the racist mass murders in the 2015 Charleston, South Carolina church. He knew he couldn't do that, right? There would be public outrage. But he decides that these 37 other men who were convicted of brutal crimes and had senselessly and selfishly robbed victims of their lives, he decided that they don't deserve the death penalty, that they deserve to live out the rest of their lives in prison on the taxpayer dollar. He told the families of those victims the day before Christmas that they don't deserve justice, that the justice they thought they had is going to be ripped away from them because why? For what purpose? But then you leave 3